Okie dokie, 10 questions about nudist life. You can switch that for naturist if you're a naturist. Yippers. What was your first experience with non sexual nudity in a public setting? How did you feel about it? I didn't think about it. I didn't at all. I was a kid, and we decided to go skinny dipping, and we did. So there's a whole story to that, but I won't go into it. There was about six of us, 6 or 8, something like that, and we decided we were going to go skinny dipping, and we did. Uh-huh. Did you have any issues with body image, and how did you get past it, if you did? Yeah, when I was a teenager, in my young to mid-teens, I had body image issues. I think a lot of teenagers do. You, your body's changing, your brain is changing, and you get very angsty, and you get very um, uptight about your the way you look and whatnot. I think that's very common in your teenage years. But as a kid, I had none whatsoever, and after I had none whatsoever. So, you know, uh, basically, I was raised to accept my body and the way I looked, and that it was fine, and nudity was fine, and whatnot. My mother wasn't a nudist, but my dad was, and my brother was, and so was I. So I was raised this way, which I think helps for body image. I really do. Do you? How did your parents treat nudity when you were a child? If it was allowed, what were the rules? My parents were fine with it. My mother didn't practice it because she was very uptight Catholic, raised Catholic, and she was very uptight about her body, and she couldn't get past it. And my dad couldn't get her past it, and whatnot. So, but the rest of us, it was totally fine in my family to practice nudism and whatnot, to be nude in the house, and um, nude at the lake and stuff like that. See, back in the 70s, kids could swim naked in the lake and nobody would care. Nobody would even look. It would just be another day, you know. It was a different time, to say the least. But what were the rules? If people are coming over, you put clothes on. We don't do that in front of strangers. We don't do it at friends' houses. We don't get naked at friends' houses. We keep our clothes on. There were definite rules of engagement. Yebbers, what was your first social event you went to in a nudist capacity, and how did it go? It was a barbecue. I don't know, mid-20s. It was a barbecue. There was going to be about 30 people there, and we were going to do the nudist thing for the entire weekend, right? We were going to camp out in this guy's farmyard, and we were going to have a barbecue on the Sunday evening. There was going to be a big barbecue and whatnot, and it went fabulously. Everyone was very polite. Everyone was very open and welcoming, and it was a positive experience, to say the least. And if I do remember, the barbecue went really well. It was fresh meat that they had slaughtered previously to the event, right there on the farm. So it was all really quite good. Fresh vegetables from the garden. It was really a nice event. It was very liberating, very freeing. Have you ever incorporated nudism with artistic expression? Yes. I have done, I have posed for artistic photos, quote unquote, uh, for a woman who wanted to take pictures of me when I was younger. I do believe I was in my late 30s, early 40s, something like that. I have a bad thing with time, remembering time. I have no sense of time whatsoever. So when I give a range like that, it's because I don't remember how old I was. Um, it's a weird thing with my brain, but it's that simple. I could think something was 2 days ago and it would have been 5 years ago. It's just the way my brain works. Anyways, she took all kinds of photos of me, and it was really quite fun. It really was. I got to pose with props and the whole 9 yards. It was really fun. We did it in her backyard mostly, and it was interesting because the neighbors on the one side were like, "What the fuck is going on?" They just stared the entire time, right? They didn't call the cops or anything, but they just stared the entire time. By the way, being nude in public is not illegal in Canada, unless they can prove that you were out to shock people, shock or disturb people with it. And that's incredibly hard to prove. So about nobody has ever been convicted of it. We'll just put it that way. Did you ever feel discrimination as a nudist because of your body type? Yes, a couple of times people were judgmental. But it is only a couple of times, literally two, where somebody was judgmental of my body type, and because I'm huge, I'm close to 400 pounds and whatnot, and I've always been big ever since I was a child. So yeah, it was. Once was at a gathering, and once was at a campsite, a nudist campsite, where somebody said something inappropriately rude. And basically my response was, "What the fuck do you care? It's not your body, Have you ever experienced a person who made sexual overtures in a nudist gathering or area? Not once, not once. That being said, I know people that have had it happen, where somebody has said something sexual to them, and it was totally inappropriate. You don't do that. It's not welcome. It was an uncontrolled area that my friend was in, and so they couldn't have been ejected for it and whatnot. But anyways, have you ever used nudism in a spiritual capacity? Oh, hell yes. I have done the worship in nature thing many, many times, where me and other people were nude and using it as a worship experience. Other Christians don't really do things like that, but we were doing it in a Christian capacity. Let's put it that way. Have you been rejected by a friend or family member when they found out that you were a nudist? No, I haven't. Which is interesting because a lot of people have been rejected for being nudists and whatnot. told it's disgusting and evil and sinful and all kinds of bullshit. But I have never had a friend or family member go, "That's wrong." I've had friends say that they would never do that. And that's fine. It's their body, and they get to choose what they do with it. And I don't, you know. Yeah, as long as they don't want me to conform to their norm, I'm fine with whatever they want to do with their lives. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know a lot of Catholic people, and Catholics just are really not nudists in general. I would venture to say the nudist population in the world is a very low Catholic infusion. Uh-huh. That being said, I've known Baptists, like Southern Baptists, which are staunch. You can't listen to rock music. You can't wear makeup. That have practiced nudism. So that's an interesting thing to me. But anywho, that's it. That's all. You have a fabulous day and keep smiling. Keep naked, people. I'm clothed right now because I'm expecting company.